welcome to the official final press conference for the world-class boxing event that we held this Saturday in Manchester. Now, it seems like every week we're someplace with matchroom boxing. They've just been putting on show after show, and it's great to be here in Manchester because I've been here so many times. For me personally, it's always a treat. I love the arena, I love the atmosphere, I love the fans. And I hate to stand in the middle when I just look at this lineup here. An unbelievable show. It's going to be a great night once again. World-class professional boxing. It's going to be an emotional night for one reason. You'll hear more about that later. And it's going to be a great night for sports fans. And here to tell you more about it, for Matchroom Boxing, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Thank you. Welcome Manchester, thanks for the turnout today. Great turnout here ahead of our big show at Manchester Arena this Saturday night, live on Sky Sports, live on the Zone across America. And look at the amount of fighters we've got here. Thank you all for attending today, and thank you for squeezing on both tables, and thank you to all the media that's with us. It's a big night for many reasons. Of course, Michael talked there about the final fight of Anthony CROLLA this weekend. I think we're going to, after this press conference, forget the niceties of the career and the memories and concentrate on a very important fight for him this Saturday against Frank Urquioga, because this is a must-win fight for Anthony CROLLA. This is the final fight of his career, and I know he wants to finish with another title and with another victory. Of course, the main fight this weekend is a groundbreaking occasion for Katie Taylor, moving up to 140 pounds to take on the WBO world champion Christina LINARDATOU in a very, very tough fight after becoming the undisputed world champion at Madison Square Garden in June. We have a brilliant domestic middleweight fight between Felix Cash and Jack Cullen as well, and all the other fights here that we'll be talking about shortly. Before we go into the detail and hear from the fighters, I'm going to pass to the head of boxing from Sky Sports, Adam Smith.
Thanks, Eddie. What a wonderful turnout it always seems to be in Manchester. It's a fantastic fight city. We've been coming here for 25 years on Sky, and we've seen some wonderful events in the arena. So many with Anthony, so many with Ricky Hatton, and many other great fighters, the likes of Nigel Benn, Nassim Hammer, Joe Kazangi. So many fighters have fought up here, and it's a great fight city. And Michael's right, when you walk around, there's a special buzz in the air in the last sort of 48 hours before a big event, and there will be one or two tears in the eye when Anthony CROLLA bids us farewell on Saturday night. What a phenomenal career he's had. Always had the tag of the nicest guy in boxing, but he really has been, and he's fought long and hard and battled through a lot of things, and we at Sky are very proud of his career, and we'll be looking forward to his swan song, but of course it's a fight he needs to win. Katie Taylor, absolutely magnificent ambassador for the sport, and wonderful for us as well to have been involved since she turned professional. She's got a real tough arse moving up in weight against Christina here, who will definitively want to hold on to that title. Two great fights to finish the night. But what a selection of talent as well on display. It really is magnificent. Eddie said, we have to squeeze ourselves into these tables. We do in Manchester always. It brings something special out. But I just want to pick out Monty Bacoli and say thank you to him. He fought a couple of weeks ago in Newcastle, and he performed really well against Kevin Johnson. And when Joshua Buatsi couldn't make it on the bill, I said to Eddie, let's try and do something with Martin. And he and Billy Nelson jumped at the chance. And that is what boxing is all about. That's what fighters need to do. And we're very grateful for that. Listen, last weekend, incredible in London. One of the great fights we've ever had on Sky with Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis. Now we're in Manchester. The road show goes on, one of the most powerful schedules to finish a year ever. And we cannot wait for Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam, and echo that as we move into November. This Saturday, we are off the back with 3 Fight of the Year contenders in October on Sky Sports and the Zone. Gennady Golovkin against Derevyanchenko, Robbie Davis Jr. against Lewis Ritson, and the brilliant Prograis against Taylor last week at the O2. It's been a great run. I'm going to attempt to speak to everybody now on this bottom table. If I miss anyone, just give me a nudge, because it's been happening quite a lot lately. We're going to start with Hopey Price. Hopey, welcome, professional debut. I'm not sure you look even old enough to fight, but I've seen you fight and you can really fight. Great member from the GB squad, obviously trained and managed by Dave Caldwell as well. Hope you're looking forward to getting off and running on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm just turned professional, obviously a couple of, I mean, announced how I signed with you 2 weeks ago, so I'm happy to be on the show. I'm happy to perform on such a big stage on Saturday night.
Obviously a great team at the Caldwell Gym, Jordan Gill and McDonald's, Fowler as well. You've been working hard with Dave for some time now. You feel like you're ready now to hit the paid ranks.
Yeah, I fit straight on the boys down the gym, Jordan Gill and Andy Fowler. They've all helped me, and now I feel like I'm ready for the professional ranks and for the show on that Saturday night.
Look forward to seeing your debut. Dalton Smith, welcome. Little trip to Italy for you to wrap up another victory. Good experience for you. Looking forward to boxing in Manchester on Saturday night.
That's it, yeah. I just picked another win up in Italy and then straight back out. 3 weeks later we were in Manchester, so I'm staying active. I'm getting plenty of fights, and I'm looking forward to putting on another performance Saturday.
You've had plenty of experiences. Obviously, you had your debut. You were floating in the show at the O2. Didn't get on that card, but boxed at the O2 previously. Like I said, Italy and now Manchester. It's been a good few months for you. Have you found the professional ranks and moving forward in 2020, look to start challenging for some domestic titles?
That's it, yeah. The plan was to stay active up until Christmas, and I've got to thank you and Sky for making that happen. I've got a few good fights up to Christmas now, and I look forward to next year and hopefully pick some titles up and look for those bigger fights.
Look forward to seeing you back in action on Saturday. Nathan Farrell, welcome. Pleasure to have you on the Liverpool show recently, and talking to you, I can't stop thinking about your brother, because you two are absolute spits to each other. They sold a huge amount of tickets. Looking forward to fighting in Manchester on Saturday.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit better looking than Kieran. I feel blessed to be on this show, surrounded by all these great fighters. It's an honour to fight on the same show as Katie Taylor, who go down as a boxing legend. And obviously, my story is I'm Kieran Fowler's brother. I had a brief amateur career, but I was undefeated national champion. My brother had a brain injury in a fight with CROLLA, and I walked away from boxing, but suffered my own injury that left me unable to walk for 4 years. And it was them dark days that spurred me to do this again. I won't go on with myself. I just want to congratulate CROLLA on a great career. He's done me proud, my brother proud, my family proud, and I'm just buzzing to get back in the ring just at the right time to fight on, Katie Taylor and CROLLA's on the card. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Got a great fight for the WBA International Super Bantamweight Championship between Kes Ashfaq and Joe Ham. I think now this is where it starts getting exciting for our young prospects. Joe Ham and Kes Ashfaq, two great amateurs. Kes, part of the GB setup, podium squad member as well. Very, very talented fighter. Now starts to come into the real tests, where you're going to start seeing these young amateurs really perform. Joe Ham going to be bringing all the action on Saturday night. Joe, we'll start with you. Welcome. Pleasure to have you back on the show. Looking forward to this big opportunity for you on Saturday night.
Yeah, definitely. It's just up to myself and training hard, so looking forward to taking the opportunity with both hands.
What can you expect from this fight? Obviously, you've known Kes a while. I'm sure you mixed in the same circles as well as amateurs and know each other's style as well.
Yeah, we boxed out a few things amateurs that lasted in the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, but that was 5 years ago, and there was a big jump between amateur and pro, so I'm confident that my pro style suits me better than I can get the win on Saturday night.
Kes, exciting times now, start moving towards the titles. Of course, your first title fight, getting the history with Joe, and been around the amateur scene with him as well, expecting a good fight on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not underestimating Joe. I've boxed him 4 times in the amateurs. I know what he's about. I believe I know what he can bring. But even if he does decide to change tactics, I believe I've got the tools to combat anything he brings, and I'm looking forward to getting a good win on Saturday night. God willing.
You've had a great start, and everybody that you've boxed so far, especially the ones that have actually come to fight, you look better and better against. Do you think as you move up through the levels we're going to see the best of Kedash back when you're facing people who are hungry and coming to win?
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, when you come at me, it makes it easy for me, in my opinion. And I believe Joe Ham's going to come to fight. He's probably hoping he's going to time me out towards the end of the fight, but it's not going to happen. I'm in the best shape of my life, and like I said, God willing, win our first title Saturday night.
Thanks, Kes. We'll move to the heavyweight division. As Adam said, Martin McCauley, who has had a great start to his heavyweight career, of course, become one of the very few men to stop Kevin Johnson in Newcastle recently. Stepped out of the ring there, straight back in the ring 2 weeks later, and a great fight with Rodney Hernandez. Rodney Hernandez always comes to fight. We saw him in a great fight with Joe Gueco recently on our Hooker Ramirez card in Dallas. Rodney, I didn't recognise you with the glasses on. You look far too nice. I know I've seen you fight time and time again, and looking forward to, I believe, your first fight in the UK on Saturday, and a good challenge you, Martin McCauley.
Yes, this is my first time here. Thank you for inviting me. And I can't wait to put on the show, you know. I just can't wait. I love the sport, I love boxing. It makes me feel normal. I just love it, like, you know. So I just can't wait, can't wait to go in there and just risk it all.
Every time I've seen you, you always come to fight. So does Martin McCauley. Fans can expect a good tear up on Saturday.
Oh yes, definitely. Like, you know, it's just, once I get in the ring, I feel normal, you know. So I know a lot of these fighters here,
you keep saying that. You keep saying that, Rodney. Are you not normal outside? Tell us a little bit about this story.
Well, I grew up pretty rough, but boxing makes me feel normal. So it makes me smile, so I like it. It makes me sleep well.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you normal on Saturday. Thank you, Rodney. Martin, I'm not sure you're normal either, but one thing we can expect of you is always great fights, great entertainment, and you took this opportunity having had some good rounds in Newcastle, and now I know that you know the heavyweight division, Billy knows the division very well. This is a serious fight for you on Saturday. Rodney always comes to fight.
Yeah. Firstly, I want to thank God for big opportunity. And you remember that day, I always tell you that I'm ready for anybody. So I don't know what to say. I will just wait on Saturday night to see what the big men will bring to the table. I always be ready for anybody. It's coming to fight, and also I'm coming to fight. So we'll see the best must win.
Thank you. Martin McCauley against Rodney Hernandez on Saturday night. Now we talk about female boxing. Of course, Katie Taylor has paved the way for so many in the amateur and professional ranks, one of those being Terry Harper. I think a great success story in the last 12 months, huge support coming out of Yorkshire, and Steffi Ball, who must be here somewhere, has done a great job as well with Terry. She's probably one of the most improved fighters I've seen, male or female, over the last 12 months. And Vivian Obernoff, who's broken hearts in Britain before stopping Natasha Jonas recently as she looked to go and challenge for a world title. This is a tough fight for Terry Harper. Definitely the toughest of her career so far, defending her IBO world title. Vivian, we'll start with you. Welcome back. Excited for Saturday.
Gracias. Thank you very much.
We'll have a translator.
My translator.
Okay.
Uno que habla español.
Rodney, how's your Spanish?
I can speak Spanish.
My Spanish is like 80%, but not perfect, but you know.
Sí, muy bien, muy bien. Mira.
Yeah.
Rodney, you can speak normal over there. Okay.
Hola. Hi. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí, muy contenta. He estado 6 meses enferma, tengo por ahí mis brazos y ahora estoy preparada para esa pelea, más preparada que la pelea de... ¿Cómo se llama la otra?
How was the name of the other fighter?
Terry Harper.
Sí, más que tiene ganado, agosto.
Oh, Natasha Jones.
Natasha Jones. Oh, muy bien.
I was a bit worried that you didn't know you were fighting. It was definitely Natasha Jones.
She's very happy for being here. She's been ill for 6 months, but now she's super prepared for going for this fight. She's even more prepared than that fight against Natasha.
Natasha. Sí, muy.
Very.
Thank you. Vivian Obernoff, everyone. Anthony. Big moment for you. Obviously, you boxed at Sheffield Arena before on one of our shows, now defending your world title. Some huge fights out there for you, but this one definitely the toughest of your career so far.
Yeah, definitely. I've been on the Sky shows before, Sheffield and Nottingham, but this time unofficially as a matchroom boxer. I got a tough test Saturday night. I trained hard and I'm prepared for a tough 10 rounds with Vivian. I'm excited, and this is a test that I need to take me to the next level for the URQUIAGA title levels. Obviously
now there's big fights in every division as a female fighter. I mean, Eva Wallstrom, we're looking at her, obviously Katie's box as well, great champion. Michaela Meyer looking really good stateside as well. Natasha Jonas at super featherweight as well. Very important fight for you on Saturday. I know there's been a lot of hype and excitement from Steffi and around where you're from as well, but it's a must-win fight for you.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to be winning Vivian on Saturday night, and that's what will take me to the next step and the next level, really.
Thank you, Terry. Terry against Vivian O'Donnell for the IBO super featherweight world title on Saturday night. We move to, as I said, a brilliant fight between Jack Cullen and the Commonwealth champion Felix Cash on Saturday night. These are the great fights because now it's an opportunity for both of these guys to break out in a big domestic fight and really move to the next level. Felix Cash has looked almost perfect so far in his career as a professional, trained out at Tony Sims' gym, huge amounts of talent, very exciting to watch. Jack Cullen, we saw him on our show recently, huge support, has masses of fans coming from Bolton and Manchester on Saturday night. This is a brilliant matchup that I'm very excited about. Jack, we'll start with you. I don't mean to cause trouble between you two, but he said that you've been chinned before and he's going to chin you again, and you said he didn't really want this fight and you're going to jab his head off, so talk to us about this fight and a big opportunity for both of you on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity and I'm going to take it with both hands. I'm just glad he's here today. Not got no sore hands like last time. So yeah, it's going to be a good fight. I've trained for more than 12 rounds and Felix Cash is going to get smashed, so yeah, good fight.
Okay, well, didn't know if you'd say that, but thank you.
Can I just put 20 pence in him?
That was going on really well.
Is it, yeah? What's it?
I like this because it's the first time you've been involved in a fight or a situation like this. Jack, you've sold a huge amount of tickets. Felix said that's not going to help you in the slightest, but you have. There's going to be a lot of pressure.
You can't get in the ring for you, Jack, can they? So, you know what I mean? You've got to get in there with me what you're saying, so you can't fight for you. You know what I mean?
You'll be asked to get smashed.
We'll see. You're not about to talk like a piece of piss. We're going to get smashed. That's what you are. I'm going to smash.
You've not got a sore arm.
Break my hands off your head, nigga. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to smash you. Put your hand. Also, the pain in your face.
After the fourth round, it's after whacking. Calm down.
Jack, this fight is, again, Felix, by far the toughest test of your career. He has looked very good as a pro. You're confident that you've got the ability.
Yeah, he's a good opponent. He's probably the best opponent I fought. And like I said, I've not fought anybody. But no, he's not fought anybody either. So we're both going in it, and we're both hungry for it. And the best man wins, and I'm coming on with that belt.
Do you believe you win the fight inside the distance, or do you?
I believe the fight win the fight distance, yeah.
Felix, obviously you don't agree with that, but you agree you win the fight inside the distance. But this is a big fight for you. I mean, you know, you've been fought as I said, as a pro so far, but this is a chance, big breakout fight, Manchester Arena, big crowd, kind of fight that you need and you want, and you look like you've got the bit between your teeth for this one.
Yeah, listen, it's, you know, I'm looking really forward to it. You know, it's a big show, big event for me, and you know, it's a lot of people going to be watching, so I can showcase my skills and what I'm about. You know, he's had one little bit of a good win against a mediocre opponent, and I don't know where he's getting all this from, but he thinks he's the world champion or something. But listen, he's going to see on Saturday night that, you know, he's in with a whole different animal, and he's going to be in for the shock of life.
What's the difference between you two? Why do you see yourself so confident to get that stopping victory?
Well, watching, you know what I mean, he looks like he's trying to fight, he's trying to fight my fight, you know, he's going to be there to be here. He don't really get a big massive puncher. You know, he fought a straight one too, and then tried to listen. He's just, you know, just a whole different level, and we'll see on Saturday night.
Thank you, Felix. Jack, Commonwealth middleweight title. Can't wait for that fight on Saturday night. We're going to go to the women's light welterweight world championship between Katie Taylor and Christine LINARDATOU. Christine, welcome, and we're going to bring in Brian Cohen to say a few words. I was going to put you up here, Brian, but you had to go up here last time. So I wouldn't put you up there either. In all seriousness, we have neither representative from either side. So, Brian, welcome. Thank you. I think we're all right now.
Yeah, we're good.
Good, thank you for that. But
don't get cute.
I won't get cute. No, you're too cute for me. Talk to us briefly about Christine's camp. I saw the workout last night, the footage. She looked very fit, very strong. I've seen representatives here from Developer Entertainment as well, your whole team, Alex. This is a big moment for you guys, big moment for Christine, and a massive opportunity for her to completely turn the women's world boxing scene on its head.
It is. You know, the last time we were here, you know, we had a little verbal spar match. Sold a little bit more tickets, I think. So when Christina went back to Greece, her trainer, Manny, set up training camp in the mountains. So she's been training in the mountains, which kind of scares me a little bit because I always said she's a little thrown off, right? So I get a phone call 3 days into the training camp, tells me she hurt her rib. I said, well, what's she doing to hurt her rib? He said, he was throwing boulders at her. I said, so what's the problem? He says, well, she wants to know what kind of hot sauce to put on her rib because she pulled it out and started eating it, right? So the next day, she's been training in the mountains, and just she hasn't had touch with with any humans, to be honest with you. So it's just been him, her, in the training camp, coming down for sparring, and that's pretty much it.
Interesting. Thank you, Brian. Christina, you haven't seen many humans in this training camp, and you've eaten your own ribs with hot sauce, but other than that, this is you look in great shape. You look very strong, ready for Saturday night.
I'm always ready. The same thing happened 3 years ago. When I get the chance, I had a chance again, and out. So they thought that I'm gonna go there after my fight with person. I had 1 year to fight, so I went there, and it wasn't what they were expecting. So I would fight, and I beat them, and I'm always ready. I'm not getting out of the gym or preparing myself because this is what I love and what I want to do. So I'm ready for any challenge. I will challenge.
What kind of fight are you expecting on Saturday against Katie Taylor?
Like the mouse on the rat? That kind of fight. Like the mouse on the rat. But, you know, oh no, like the mouse and the cat.
I was going to say.
That's my translator. I can express myself better in Greek. Anyway, like the mouse and the cat.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. We wish you.
But even if it's not like that, I can handle everything. I can do whatever you want in that ring to get what I want and to win.
Thank you, Christina. We wish you all the best for Saturday. Katie, thankfully it's the mouse and the cat, not the mouse and the rat. Again, a big challenge for you, moving up to 140 pounds. We saw you win every belt in the lightweight division. Now, a chance for you to make more history on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I have a chance to be a multi-weight world champion. I'm well prepared for this challenge and have a long training after this fight, the longest time I've had for a professional fight. So I'm feeling well prepared, feeling strong. These are the kind of challenges that I absolutely relish. I'm expecting a very, very tough fight. Obviously, she's the champion on the channel coming into this fight, so it's going to be a tough fight, but I'm ready.
So it's very strong. It was strong outfit last night. You talked about her power as well. Is that one of the biggest challenges moving up in the weight division now?
Yeah, I think so. I'm obviously against the bigger, stronger girls now, but as I said, I've done hundreds and hundreds of rounds of sparring over these last few years, and I am ready and I'm prepared for this kind of challenge. I've had a lot of strength and condition over the last few months as well. I'm feeling ready and feeling strong, and I can't be doing it here.
finally, it seems that everybody in boxing, in or around your weight, wants you as a scout. You've got to stay focused, you've got to try and take these challenges on head first. Seems like everybody's calling your name. Firstly, you must get through Christina on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of big fights out there finally available. I might focus on this fight Saturday night. I have to get past Christina first before, you know, all the other big names are available to me. So it's a big night for me Saturday. I'm just completely focused on this.
Thank you, Katie. Christina Linardatou defends her £140 title against Katie Taylor on Saturday night. Now we move to a very, very important moment, very important night for Anthony CROLLA and Joe Gallagher. And as I said, everybody seems to be talking about this swan song and, you know, tears rolling down, but he's got a fight on Saturday night, so we're going to get into fight mode. Challenging for what will be his final title and what will be his final fight in Anthony CROLLA on Saturday night. We're going to go firstly to the man who looks to end the story on a negative note for Anthony CROLLA. Frank, welcome. I believe we're going to bring in the translator here.
He will try like this one and I will help you.
Okay, no problem. If you could just ask Frank that it's a big night for him. Everybody talking about Anthony CROLLA, but of course he's here to win the fight on Saturday.
Hello. I'm so excited to fight here in Manchester City, city where there's a lot of boxing fans. And for me, it's an honor. I'm proud to fight against a champion warrior as CROLLA is, and I'm ready for the fight.
And final question is that we've seen you fight at a very high pace. So does Anthony CROLLA. We expect a great fight between the two of you on Saturday.
Anthony CROLLA is a good boxer with a lot of rhythm. The fight is going to be a nice fight for all the fans, and then we're going to see what happens in the ring. I'm going to do all my best, and let's hope goes everything alright.
Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we move on now to, I guess we could say, the dream team of Joe Gallagher and Anthony CROLLA. And although, like I said, this is about the fight on Saturday night, I think it's only right to say a few words about Mr. CROLLA, firstly from myself and Joe Gallagher. And I think that when you talk about, I think overachievement is sometimes a phrase that people can take the wrong way. But what it means is that you put more work in than anybody else. You've got absolutely every drop out of your life and career that you could have done. And I think that's the best way to describe the career of Anthony CROLLA. I remember being in Las Vegas for a fight, and we just managed to secure the Richard Abraham fight for Anthony CROLLA for the WBA world title. And to be honest with you, I couldn't believe that we managed to get a world title fight for CROLLA, and I wasn't even sure he could win it. But we kind of done our job. Anthony CROLLA had got a fight in Manchester for the world title, and I was so excited for him and for Joe Gallagher. And when Joe Gallagher called me that day to say that he fractured his skull and he broke his ankle, I couldn't believe it. I mean, one, because I knew I wouldn't get the deposit back from Manchester Arena. But secondly, more importantly, I knew that the dream was over for CROLLA. And we were gutted. We weren't sure he'd ever fight again. The tenacity and the heart that he showed to even come back from that injury was incredible. And when we finally got the fight with Darlis Perez for the world title, I couldn't believe the performance from Anthony CROLLA. I mean, absolutely schooled Darlis Perez that night. And we got in the ring, and for all the people who say, oh, British fighters always get the rub of the green, matchroom fighters always get the scorecards, they gave it a draw. It was a horrific decision, and I just thought to myself, how can you possibly do that to Anthony CROLLA? We went away, we canvassed for a rematch, Gilberto Mendoza gave him the rematch, and the rematch was just spectacular. He stopped Darlis Perez with a beautiful body shot, knocked him out and become WBA world champion. And for me, that was it. You know, the CROLLA story, everyone had done their job. This can't go any further. He went out, he had a mandatory challenger against Ismael Barroso, who just stopped in that fight. He soaked it all up in the early rounds, and then knocked out Ismail Barroso. One of the best atmospheres I've seen at a British Fight Night at Manchester Arena. It was incredible. Went from there, had a unification fight, fought for the Ring Magazine title against Jorge Linares, lost a very close fight, rematched him again, went back, had a big British domestic fight against Ricky Burns, boxed at the Millennium Stadium, then went out and had a final eliminator against Daryl Jordan, and then went to LA and boxed Vasily Lomachenko. The career of Anthony CROLLA is without doubt, I think, one of the great success stories of British boxing. And I know everyone always says, oh, he's a nice bloke, but CROLLA is genuinely one of the nicest people you will ever meet. He will do anything for anyone, which is one of the reasons actually he lost out on that Richard Apple fight. That's another story. But he's the guy you want living next door to you. You know, he's the guy you want as your mate. He would do anything for the people around him, and he's been an unbelievable ambassador for this city and for British boxing. Anyway, enough of the nice stuff. As I said, we've got to talk about boxing, but I will just pass over to Joe Gallagher. Joe, I spoke to Anthony, I think last week, and it's always difficult when you feel like you're in good form. You're having a good camp. He said people were getting out after his sparring sessions, beefy, and people saying to him, "This is the best I've ever seen you look." But this is the moment, collectively, we made that decision, and although it's a great story, he must win first on Saturday night.
Yeah, 100%. Anthony, his training camp is what it always is, meticulous, puts 100% into everything. And we've got to understand we can't take our eyes off the ball. Last time, another Manchester legend was contemplating another fight at the arena. It was supposed to be a tick-over when he got beat and he retired on the night, and that was really happened. We can't have that happen with Anthony CROLLA Saturday night. Frank, good fighter, fought for the European title, was the away fighter, lost by 2 points on 2 judges' scorecards. It's a huge scalp. I showed Anthony, I think it was yesterday morning. You open up Boxing News this week, Anthony CROLLA, number 4 in the world. You open up the Ring Magazine, number 8 in the world. Being in them Ring top 10 rankings, 207 weeks. Frank has an awful lot to gain from upsetting the apple cart on Saturday night. So, training's been going very well. The lads in the gym keep saying to me, has CROLLA told you that? Like, what? CROLLA told you that? It's not his last fight, you know. And it is, I'm glad that he came out and said it is, his form's well, and that's the right time to go out when you are relevant, and you've got to look at where Anthony's come from, as you've reeled off there. 10 years ago, we were getting ready to fight Michael Broder in a couple of weeks' time. Then 10 years, Andy Morris's, Kieran Fowles, Gavin Rees, who were there ready, John Murray, Steve Foster, before he ever got to the world title stage. Then big nights, how quick time has gone, and to be sat yesterday after the public workout, sat here today and go, wow, this is going to be the last time Anthony's going to do this, but it's at the right time. You don't want to be a stepping stone for the young, hungry fighters coming through, your Tofino, Lopez, your Devin Haney's. Anthony was the last of that old school, your Mitchells, your Burns, everything else, and he's going out on his own accord, not because boxing's forcing him to. And as Anthony always says, boxing can take so much from you, as well as give you so much, and Anthony's doing it at the right time, getting out at the right time. Listen, on a mere personal note, it's a pleasure to be able to finish Anthony's career with him. When fighters become world champions, there's always a split. You can go down in history and you see fighters then, the split trainers, people getting their ears. There's always a falling out. You've seen it with Ricky, you've seen it with Naz. But Frank CROLLA, there's one word for him, that's loyal. He's loyal to his fans. He's still going round yesterday, today, dropping his tickets off to his fans, that he's always done, his family, his stable mates. He's been in the corner of all the big fights, and also to me. When so many people were in his ear, when he loses, you need to lose this, and move, change trainers. We didn't stuck with it, so to be able to do this last dance together, I'm hugely chuffed, proud, and as you said it, I've said it today in Colin, I think it would be fitting for Anthony to be acknowledged and honoured in the Queen's Awards at the end of this year.
I agree, James, I agree, and I know your contacts if you could drop her a text after. We love it.
I was asking you for this.
CROLLA, you sort of laugh at things like that. I don't think you realise what you have achieved. It's going to be a special night on Saturday. I know you want to win so badly as well. And I guess looking back on your career, it wouldn't quite be the same if you didn't win on Saturday. Great career, great moments, but you really must get this win to settle well going into retirement, and it's a must-win fight for you on Saturday.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for the kind words. Can't remember that last time people said so many nice things about me, but thank you. Yeah, Saturday night is so important to me. It means absolutely everything to go out there and finish my career in style, and you know, with all respect for Frank. You know, I think we're gonna make Styles gonna gel for a great fight, but it's one of them. Everyone keeps asking me about emotions and stuff like that, and I keep saying the same thing. Is I'm just trying not to think of it as the last fight, because then you start fighting with emotions, and boxing's a sport where you can't do that. It very rarely works out well. So I'm just going to treat it like any other fight. Like Joe said then, I've had a fantastic camp, and I can't wait for Saturday night. Like I say, there's a lot of things I miss about boxing, but it's been a huge part of my life, and it always will be. So that'll be no different. It'll be the last time I walk on Saturday into that ring as a fighter.
How does the hunger play in, obviously knowing, like you say, that this is your last fight? You've got a guy, as Joe pointed out, who basically changed his career on Saturday night, had a very close fight with Edis Tatley. If he beats you, he's going to move into the world top 5 in virtually every governing body. You still have the hunger, you know, even knowing that Sunday you're going to wake up as a retired fighter, still got the hunger to face these guys who are looking to change their life just like you did.
Without a doubt, and that makes, you know, he's got everything to gain, and that for me is motivation on its own. I want to finish this career, and Saturday night was my last fight. I want to go out in style. I want to wake up Sunday morning and my mates saying, oh, you know, you've still got a lot left. And that's what I want to happen, but it'll be the last time on Saturday night, and I'll always have that hunger. And as a fighter, even seeing it with Nigel Benn recently, that hunger never really leaves you, but I feel that you've got to, you know, feed that in other ways. And like I say, I'll coaching the kids, I'll get a lot more involved in that. Maybe in time take a stable of fighters, I don't know, I'll go around the gym, be amongst the lads, and that'll help you, but it never really leaves you. But you know, you just have to deal with that the best you can. You know, everyone on this table, no matter what they say, we love boxing in one way or another. And like I say, boxing's been so good to me, and I'm very thankful for what it's done for me, but now the time's right.
Thank you very much. Anthony CROLLA, ladies and gentlemen. People talk about a farewell fight. Trust me, this is going to be a tough fight. CROLLA against Ersketa on Saturday night, and this is a big card, big night of boxing. Don't miss the weigh-in tomorrow at 1 PM. We're going to have heads-to-heads up here now from all the guys who are here with their opponents, and we look forward to a huge night on Saturday night in Manchester. As always, thank you very much for the support. Thank you.